So everything you can find on the web. And how do you access your web? Is by going to your browser, your Chrome, your Pramini, Firefox, Mozilla. Those are your web browser. So when you go to your web browser, and anything you can, like anything you search for, be it an application like your Facebook. So Facebook is like a web application because you can do a lot of things. There are a lot of interaction, okay, with the user and also with the database. And you can also have a website, okay, just like a information website, when it's your banking website. So there are two different. We have websites, we also have like web pages, and we also have applications. Whenever it's application, it has more of more functionalities because it can interact more with the user. When the user click on something, there's an interaction, there's a user friendliness. So that what makes it an application interesting. Alright, so what you can see, okay, when you decide to, okay, let's use Facebook for example. So what you can see when you go to www.facebook.com is different from when you go to your mobile app, maybe your Play Store and download. So that one is called mobile apps. Okay, but this one is a web app. So you type www.facebook.com. So that facebook.com, though it's not like part of this guy, it's like it's registered, okay, and it comes with its own IP address. So when you type that name, it brings you to the site. So probably if you don't have an account or that's your first time, to tell you to create an account. So that form you can see there, okay, that name, maybe the logo and everything is called the Frontend Web Development. So the developer that designed that form for you to put your details, okay, those things you can see, anything you can see with your eyes, okay, is under the front-end web, the designing and the creation of web pages, okay. So you are new to Facebook, and you can see that from exactly for your first name, last name, email, okay, those things. Those are, why are you always logging out? Those are built by the front-end web developer, okay. So when you talk about backend, okay, backend is like the server side. So front-end refers to the client side, okay, while the backend refers to the server side. That's like the database. So Facebook, as for example, has more both front-end and backend because the users are creating an account, and also you are taking, okay, where are this user information going to be stored, okay. So Facebook is like a full stack project. It has both front end and back end. But your website, like your OP website or your normal maybe your school website, there's no, I think school website, the school portal, university portal it has both front end and back end because it has your record at the back end, okay. So back end does more of storage and also creating of APIs. So we'll look into APIs later on. So front end is, let's just say, what you can see, okay, designing and the creation of, after creation, you're still going to also maintain that web pages. So designing, creating, and also maintaining web pages. Alright, and I said it's referred to as the client side. So there are three major technologies used, okay. So anybody that is aspiring to be a developer, you first need to know these three technologies before you pick a framework, because there are some developers now that they just go straight to the framework. At the end of the day, they might get so frustrated and be like they don't understand the basics. So basic is very, very important because it's like the foundation. So these three major technologies is what is being used in building web pages. So we have the HTML, the CSS, and the JavaScript. So the HTML, the full meaning is hypertext markup language. So we don't really call HTML a programming language because it's not as logical as your other programming language like your C#, your Python, your Java. Those are programming language like used in building softwares. All those softwares using banks to manage money. So we don't call HTML, but HTML is a markup language used in building web pages. So HTML refers to as the structure of the web page. All right. We'll come back to that. We have the CSS. So CSS is called cascading style sheet. It's what gives your web pages styles and designs. Okay, after you've done your structure using your HTML, you have to add the style. So I was using an example. Look at the human body. Okay, the structure of your human body is the skeleton. So without the skeleton, you can't have organs, you can't have other things can even stay. Okay, so HTML is the structure, CSS is the style, like your organs, the blood, the flesh, and all. So CSS does more of adding colors, adding background images, increasing the font size, giving modifying your images, just making everything look so beautiful. You get? So that's CSS. And also CSS has to do with layouts, how you position elements, how you arrange elements on the web pages. So if you look at your the Facebook, you see that maybe the form is one side, or probably when you have created your account and you log into your profile, you see how the structure, if you use it, how you start the structure, some section goes to this side, some section goes to this side. So that layouting is also done by the CSS. So CSS also has to do with responsiveness. So when you say responsiveness, is how you're able to view this web page or web application on different screen size. So for example, you check your laptop or you view your Facebook on your laptop, you see that it's arranged this way. Everything is coming out, everything, but you check your mobile, everything is just lying like that. So that's responsiveness, how you're able to view these web pages or web application on different screen sizes. And we all have, if you look at, we all have HPs like this, but we have different screen sizes. Even though it's the same brand name of that, the same laptop, you can see that it's different. So what you used to do that is the CSS, and under the media query, we'll be looking at that. So the last one is the JavaScript. So JavaScript is different from Java. Okay, JavaScript is the main programming language for web development. Okay, it's one that does the programming for web development. And JavaScript has to do with action, has to do with interaction. So you've designed this your web page, everything is looking nice, everything is looking fine, but if there's no interaction there, it's just boring, it's just be boring. You just go to the site, you just scroll, there's nothing, you're not interacting with anything. So that's a web page without JavaScript. So JavaScript adds actions to your web page. It adds functionality. You click on this happen. You see some animation, you create accounts, you log in, you pay, all these things. So those are JavaScript in action. Just like the human body, when you see it, when you walk, when you do some reflection of the body or something like that, is also like JavaScript. Okay, so and I also talked about APIs. So the backend, like I said, is the one that creates APIs. So what are APIs? APIs are called application programming interface. Okay, they are the one that makes the communication between the front end and the back end possible. Just like when you go to a restaurant, I've used that. So that's like the layman example. And you want to get your food, you have to call the waiter or the waitress to bring your food. So those are APIs. They make the communication between the front end and the back end possible. So looking at Facebook, for example, because Facebook has both front end and back end, and if you want to create an account, okay, APIs make that possible. So the back end creates APIs for the front end developers for you to use. Okay. So when the backend creates these APIs, it gives it to the front end to make use of. And the programming language that works more of the API, work with the APIs are called like the JavaScript. So if you don't understand JavaScript, you won't be able to know how to use your APIs. Okay. So that's for if you are doing a full-blown web application. So JavaScript, apart from the interaction and all that JavaScript does, JavaScript also works with APIs to make the communication between the front end and the back end possible. All right. So we also have what we call requests we make online. So that Facebook, going back still the Facebook, when you are new to Facebook and you want to create an account, okay, you put your first name, last name, your email, then it says you put your password. When you click the create account, okay, there's something that happens at the back that you don't see. So the JavaScript also does like validation, okay, validates it and sends that information to the backend with the API that the backend has created for you to use to send that information to the backend. So for every interaction you want to do, you need APIs, or we call them endpoints, okay. For everything, for every creating an account, login, those are things that you interact with the backend. So backend creates each endpoint for that. So when you create an account, your JavaScript works with the endpoint to send that information to the backend. So we call that a post request. So you can see we have the HTTP. So the HTTP is like the language of the internet. So when you do create an account, it sends this information, it posts it to the backend. So that's one request, post request, okay? And that's for you and me. I need to just send information to the back. The other one is the get request. So maybe you've created your account, now maybe you've activated your account. Now you want to log in. So login does more of the get request. So it fetches your information from the backend, then it checks. So just also does validation. It checks, okay, this information, does it match what this user is pressing, like imputed here? So when it does the validation and checks it, it logs you in. So that's called the get request. We also have what we call the post request. I'm just trying to explain the interaction that happens, what happens when you do those kind of events on the web. So we also have what we call the update request. Update request. The update request is to update, like to edit. Okay, maybe you you've gone to your profile, you added your name, you've uploaded your picture, everything, you put your bio and everything. So you came up again that you want to like do some editing, or maybe you post a comment online, then you go back again and edit it. So that's like update request. So you also need APIs for that. And the last one is the delete request. Yes, delete request. So when you delete something, if you delete your account on Facebook and you create another one, it's not the same thing at the back end. So for every user, we have a unique ID that goes to the back. So even though you create another email, another account with the same email and password, it's not still the same as the one you opened. Okay, to give you like number 2, if you are the first person, for that number one is gone already. You create another one, it's going to number 2, not number 1 again. All right, so that's for like the what happens in the internet and how you relate to the communication if you are doing like a full stack project. So people that does more of the front end web are called the front end developer. People that works with the back end are called back end developer. People that does the two called the full stack developer. Okay. So back to front end now, because this class is about the front end. So like I said, the 3 technologies are what? So HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So for this class, we'll do HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and also do what we call the Bootstrap. Okay, so Bootstrap is a responsive, how do we call it, framework for front end. Yeah, Bootstrap. It's just like a bonus. Okay. So Bootstrap is what we're going to add to this cohort. So Bootstrap is for responsive design. And then I talk about responsiveness for CSS. Okay, so Bootstrap makes your work very easy. You just copy the code, put in your code, you get exactly the same thing. No stress, no anything. You're not doing some more researching and all. Alright. So apart from these 3, we also have what we call frameworks. Now, I told you about the 3 major technologies: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, but developers now came up with what we call frameworks. So these frameworks are used in building your web pages, more of web applications. Okay, because JavaScript used to build applications, but JavaScript also is very broad, very broad. But it's if you understand JavaScript, like that's the fundamentals. You have to pick one. If you look at most applications these days, like if you want to start working as a developer, they will tell you, okay, you need to either know either React, Vue.js or Angular. So these three frameworks are all gotten from JavaScript. So that way you can see that it's important for you to know JavaScript before you choose these three frameworks. But nowadays, when people just pick the three framework, and at the end of the day, they might get confused, and later they might just stop and go and look for something else to do. But it's important for you to like go through the process, know the fundamentals first, because these frameworks are gotten from JavaScript. So we have three frameworks: the React, we have the Vue.js, and we have the Angular. These are the three major ones. Like you want to start working with them. So they are all framework because they are gotten from JavaScript. So they are when we call them framework, they are pre-written code, okay, that makes your work more easier. So instead of you writing large JavaScript code and all, you just pick this framework and it makes your work very easier. So it's just like framework of JavaScript. So that's like, by the way, that's something you need to also know about. But when we're covering that, so you want to go for that, you can pick one of other this course. You can either pick, you want to go deep into front end, or maybe you want to just add maybe backend later on. You can either pick React, Vue, or Angular. So let's move to HTML. So HTML, like I said, is the structure of the web page. Alright. So how do you recognize HTML code? So one of the environments we'll be using to code, which you have downloaded, is the VS Code, Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is the standard because it's also like it has some features that are going to help you code better, just like the extension, the source code, which we'll be looking at shortly. Okay, so VS Code is the environment we'll be using. So for the HTML are known for their elements and tags. Okay, HTML, like I said, is the structure of the web page, and also when you are writing your HTML code, you have to write their tags. They are known for their element and tags. So when this element is being enclosed with this bracket, this accused bracket, yeah, just like this, it's rectangle. This bracket, this arrow bracket, is it? This bracket. Oh, it's not full triangle now, it's just like shape. So when an element is being enclosed with this bracket, it's called tags. So HTML are known for elements and tags. So since we are starting with HTML, I'm going to start with coding with HTML. So HTML structure. So if you want to start writing your HTML code, if you want to just open your VS Code and start writing what you're doing, there are always structures, even apart from HTML. When you go to Python, there's a structure first you need to write first before you start writing other codes inside. So this HTML structure are used also in building HTML code. Alright, so I'm going to share my screen and let's start. So for this, I'm not going to be talking to this mic. So for this cohort, I think you should be able to see my screen now. Can you see my screen? Yeah. Fawaz, can you see my screen? Okay. So for this course, I'm going to create a folder. So I like storing my folder in the document. Okay. So for this course, you can see I have my folder for this course. So everything I'm going to be doing this course is under the Frontend Web Development Course file. So inside it, I've created a folder called HTML. So for this class, so for you guys now, for every assignment, you'll be creating folders. Okay? So this first class I want to have it is under HTML. So I've created a folder called HTML. Alright, so if you install your VS Code properly, you can just click on your HTML, then right click, then see open with code. So open with VS Code, that's the first method. There are two ways you can open to VS Code.
Just create the folder HTML.
Yes, I named it HTML.
Okay, is it empty?
Yes, it's empty. There's nothing inside yet. So where is it? So this is it. There's nothing inside my HTML. Alright, so this is my VS Code environment. So that's the first method. So the second method is I'll go to my file, okay, then go to open folder. Then you're going to navigate to where your HTML is. So this is my, let me go back. Let's go back. So front end, double click inside. So this is the folder I'm working. So make sure you use only the folder you want to make use of. That was you open. Don't go open the main folder inside your VS Code. This is the folder I want to open. Then when you click on it and you see your HTML here, you click on select folder. Right, so that's the second method. You can open your folder on VS Code. So this is the environment for the what we'll be using for our front-end web. Alright, everything, both HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So this is the file. You're going to create a new file. You're going to open your folder just like we did. If you want to save, you want to save as well. So make sure your auto save is clicked, is checked, so that when you're working and probably you forgot to something, it won't like not save. So make sure your auto save is ticked so that it's automatically saved inside for every code you write. Alright, so you go to your edit is for your undo, redo, cut, but most time we'll be using our keyboard, just like if I was using our keyboard. So we don't need that, but if you want to do that, you can come to your edit. So for this select, there's nothing you want to use here, we'll be using here for now. There's nothing. On that view, probably you want to change the interface of your this VS Code. Maybe you don't like black or something, or you don't like, so you can go to the view. For Go, there's nothing we'll be using here that you need to go and check. For Run, there's nothing we'll be using here. For Web, we'll be using here for now. For this, probably when we want to deploy online, I think Fawaz was asking us that he wants to start pushing his project. I told him that okay, you should calm down. Don't worry, no need to rush. We'll get there. So when we get to that time, we'll use that under the terminal. Alright, and before then we could have installed some things before we deploy. So when you click on this Explorer, it takes you back to your folder. You can see my folder here, just HTML here. And on this HTML here, see the fastest way. Create a new folder. You can see the new file, and the other one is a new folder. Alright, you don't need to use this or that one. This one you want to collapse it. Okay, it's not there. Or probably you can just click here to collapse it. And this one you want to do a general search. Maybe you're looking for one code or like that, or one text that you don't know where it is. You can just come here, do a general search, and the whole project is going to get it for you. So this place, they call it the source control. When we are deploying, okay, we're using this place, the source control. This is run and debug. You won't be using anything here. So extension, why one of the advantages of using VS Code is the extension, those things that will help you code better. So one of those things you're going to download, that's for Bolo, is the live server. Okay, so
on the VS Code.
Yes. So you can see the live server, this purple thing. When you click on it, mine is already installed, so you install it. You see the usefulness later on. So this one is, I don't know where there's no, I don't think you'll see this. I think it's for personal stuff. So that's that, and that's the advantage of the VS Code. Alright, this is maybe your account or something, but it doesn't mean. So now I'm going to start. I've created my HTML folder, and you can see it's here, HTML. So now I want to start writing our HTML code. The second thing you need to do is the first thing is to create a main folder. That's for the new people that are starting. Second is to create your HTML folder for that particular project you're working on. You create a folder for that. Then you open it on your VS Code. The next thing is to do is to create your HTML file. Okay, because you can't start writing everything here. There's no way you can write, so you have to create a file. And what file is that? The HTML file. So I click on this. This is more easier. You can see this new file. Click on it. Then I'll give it a default name. So I'll call it index. So this index is very, very important. But when you are deploying online, okay, if you don't have anything like index, it will tell you page not found. So you can have, so this is it. You can name your HTML file with any name. So you can give it, maybe you're working on a website and you have about us page, you can call it about. Then this .html is the extension, which is very, very compulsory. You have to put the .html. But this index can be any name you can think of. If you're working on the FAQ, frequently asked question, you can do FAQ.html, about.html, register.html, login.html. Okay, but make sure you have a file. Maybe it's your home page. Make sure it's called index.html. If you just have only one file, maybe you're just starting, just stick to index.html probably, just for you to get used to it. But if you have two or more, one should be called index and the other one can call any other name, because when you deploy online, it will tell you page not found if it doesn't see index.html. Apart from this, for major projects, if there's nothing like index and you push that project online, it will tell you that this page is not found. So index is like the default name. Okay, so we said these are creating the HTML file. The next one is to create the structure of the HTML. I told you that you can't just write like this. There's always a structure. And I said the structure is HTML is known for its elements and tags. When these elements are being enclosed with this bracket, they are called tags. And those tags are also used in building HTML structure. So this thing I'm going to write here is what you need to know offhand. Like you need to know it. Alright? It's just like 5 lines of code. So there's always a shortcut to that, but it will get to a time that we'll just go right into it. But as you are starting, you need to know the structure now to write the structure of the know and understand the structure. Why is it like that? Okay, so let's go. So the first thing you need to write is your bracket, open your bracket, your exclamation, and the doc type. So doc type means document type. Okay, so that's the first thing. Open your bracket, exclamation, document type. Okay, so what is document type? HTML. Alright, so this is the first one. The next one is the HTML itself. So open my bracket, HTML, then I close my bracket. I can see it brought another. Let me increase the brightness of my screen. Alright.
HTML.
Yes. Open my bracket HTML. You can see it came with another HTML with a forward slash. So it's different from the first one. And I moved it down. This is how it came. This is how it came with. Okay, so I now move it down with enter key. Do you understand? Okay, let me do it again. So the first one, I found the first one. Doc type HTML. Okay, the next line is HTML. So open my bracket HTML, then I close my bracket. So how do I close? Shift. You want to open the bracket with the shift. Okay, I close it, then it came like this with it. So that's like a benefit of using VS Code. It just makes your work because of the AI features on it. So it brings the closing. Then I press enter and move it down because I'm going to write something inside. Alright? So you can see the difference. This HTML came with a forward slash. So when a tag comes with a forward slash, they are called the opening and closing tags. Okay? But you can see the first one here. There's no forward slash for closing here. So this one is called a self-closing tag. Alright? So after doc type HTML, we have HTML. So people can decide to put language, LG, then put is equals to English. Alright, this one, without this, your code will still run. Okay, so the next one we have, so you can see, okay, let me just write. The next one we have is the edit tag. So inside the HTML tag, we have two tags. So look at HTML, the structure here has a tree diagram, or let's call it hierarchical. Even your web page and your website, your web application, look at it as a tree. It started from somewhere and it starts to spread, and you have a full-blown functional application. Just like this now, the structure, they started from, they have a parent, they have a child, they have a grandparent, something like that. So inside this HTML, we have two children tags. Okay, two children tags. The first one is the head tag. This is the first child. And the second one is the body tag. So open this body tag. So these are the two children tags we have. The head tag and the body tag, they are the children tag to the HTML. And if you notice, these children tag, they are not on the same line with the parent tag. So this is called indenting. If you do this on your, maybe your C# other programming language, maybe your Python or Java, do like this, it's going to show you error here that something is wrong. But HTML might just allow you to go, might not show you error, but it's better you get used to that. So if you want to put it inside, you can use highlight it and press your tab. You can press your space keyboard 5 times. So when a parent tag has children tag under it, don't allow the children tag to be on the same line with the parent tag. So this HTML tag has like this is two children tag, and you see the children tag, they are inside the HTML, not on the same line. Alright, do you understand to this point? So this head tag has a child tag called the title tag. Okay, so I'm going to show you, and let's run this. So since we already have the live server working, mine isn't, so I can just right click anywhere on my HTML file, right click, then you see open with live server. Alright, so you can see we have our site, but once I write anything. So let's look at an example. Let's see a website. Let's see. This is a website. Alright, so let's right click. So let's inspect this site. Or do you have any other site you can inspect? Give me a site. Let's use anyone.
Yeah,
Ideal Sport. Okay, Ideal Sports. Okay. Is that your academy? Yeah, wow, that's nice. This one. Excuse me, I see it's not showing there. Why is it logging you out? Do you put automatically connect?
Yes.
Do you click on automatically connect? You want to see showing? You can see my screen now. Oh, come here. Oh. Is it the first one?
I'll scroll down.
No. Is it his TikTok?
No, I do sport. You not correct.
Ideal Sport. Arabic.
Yes.
Okay. This.
Yeah, the first one.
He plays football.
Yes.
That's nice. So I've clicked on it. Wow, this is nice. Okay, Okay, I was thinking, okay, still loading. So you use HTML. So let's inspect this. You use HTML or use WordPress?
No?
Let's inspect to check. This is nice. Still loading. Probably have some heavy pictures on it.
Yeah, that's very good.
Alright, so you will see inspect. How did I inspect? Alright, so you can, let's go back and just right click. You see inspect, then click on inspect, and it takes you to
Where are you writing?
anywhere on right click. Okay, yeah, this is right click. Just anywhere on the site and your web page. Alright, so and it takes you here. Or if you want to go the long method, you can click on this icon, this three, click on it, go to developer, more tools, then developer tool. You can see developer tool is for you, for developers. Alright, so coming to element, the element is your HTML. You can see still the same thing we have. We have the doc type HTML, we have the head tag, okay? And inside the head tag, we should let's look for the title tag. Though we have other things you can put in the head tag. Let's look for the title tag. Title. Okay, the style inside is use inline.
So what arena you are inspecting this website? What
Yes.
is to create?
Yeah. I'm just inspecting what it did. The code is code. Okay, you can see the title tag, we missed it. See inside the head tag, you can see the title tag.
Yes.
Home ID Sport. If you check this one, I can see it's Home ID Sport Academy. Is it showing there?
Oh, yes.
I'm inspecting on something, it's not showing on the screen.
ID spot.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so that's the title tag. Alright. So you can see head tag, body tag, and that's how it is. Let's close it. Should optimize, tell him to optimize the image. They are too heavy. Okay, but this is nice. So let's put a title to our one. So let's call this introduction to HTML. Alright, so inside my head tag, you can have a child tag called title. So this title is compulsory though. You have to put a title tag, but there are other things you can put in the head tag, like the external CSS file, maybe your Google fonts. You can put inside the head tag. Some people put JavaScript too inside the head tag, but this is like the structure. This like this. So this title tag is what you can find here. Let's go back there. Yeah. You can see these icons here. These icons that you can see here, they can also be they should be also in the head tag. Okay, we call them favicons, or these icons. All these icons there, they are in the, you put them inside your head tag too. But like this is the proper structure of HTML before you write it. Like you can see, they are made up of tags. We just have one self-closing tag. Other tags, they are open and closing tag, because when I open them, they close with a /. Okay, so inside the body tag, that's everything you can find on your web page. Everything like this you can find, it should be in the body tag. Okay, both the inner pages, okay, they are supposed to be in the body tag. Apart from that, your title and your favicon should be in the head tag. Alright, so let's start. So these tags are used in building the structure of the web page. Other tags use to build the web page itself. We have the heading tags, we have the paragraph tag, we have the image tag, we have the anchor tag. I'm not sharing my screen here. Anchor tag. We have the no.
The body, they can be on the same line.
Yes, because they are children to the HTML.
But the HTML can not be on the same line with
No. So doc type HTML. So inside my HTML, we have two children tag. The head tag and the body tag, they are children to HTML, so they should be inside. Okay, you can see this head tag, so that's a child to call title, and you can see it's on the same line, it's also inside. So that is it. If this title has a child tag, so it will be inside, not on the same line. And that way, you also make your code organized. I can look at your code and I say that, wow, this is perfect. And with that, you cannot make like mistake. Even though you make mistake, to be easy for you to navigate. But if you have everything on the same line, you'll be looking at where is the error coming from, and you can see that maybe you didn't arrange it well, probably you didn't indent your code properly. So, like I said, other tags used in building your web page: the heading tag, the paragraph tag, the image tag, the anchor tag. We're looking at that shortly. So let's start with the heading tag. So heading tags are tags used in building. They are used for headings. So when you talk about headings, let's use this beautiful site. You can see this heading: meet our coach, Akinleye Justin. These are heading tags. Okay, this can also be an heading tag. So we have heading tag. We have 6 types of heading tag. Okay, not like 6 types. We have just 6. Okay, so so everything I said is going to be inside this body tag. I'll just push the remaining one down because I'm going to be writing all my code inside here. Alright? So I want to start now, because see, if I open my bracket now, I can see where it's starting from. So like I said, any tag that has, any parent tag that has a child tag is supposed to be inside. So I'm going to press my tab to put it at the inside. Okay, you understand?
What's that?
Your tab to push it inside. So let's delete that. So it's here before. I'll just press my this one I need to show it. Tab, can I see, goes to the way it's supposed to be. Alright, so I'm going to open my bracket. So I said we have heading tags, and they're represented with H tags. So we have H to 6. So we have H1, H2, H3, H4, 5, 6. So that's all. So let's see H, and you can see everything that is there, they're all lowercase. There's nothing like capital K except from the doc type HTML. Apart from that, everything here, all the tags are written in small letter.
The local HTML.
And this one is the content. I'm talking about the tags. This is like a content you can just put, okay, introduction or something. It's not like a tag. Okay. So H1, let's write something there. Introduction to HTML. So this is H1 tag. So since my autosave is already ticked, I don't need to press my Ctrl S to be saving like that. So it saves automatically. I will check here. You can see I've built my first web page, introduction to HTML. Okay, so let's go on to 6. So I think we have H1, H2 to 6. So instead of me typing like for hours, I can just duplicate this. So I'll just press Shift, Alt, and down arrow. Okay. Shift, Alt, key, and down. Then it repeat it for you. So I'll just change this.
Actually, the down arrow.
If I should do like your style now, we'll sleep here. So H1, H2, H3, change the H3. Let's see. Let's put 4. If you want to also align it multiple and change, you can press your Ctrl. Don't worry, as we go on, you will learn this thing. H5. And the last one, H6. There's no H7 but you can try and do the H7. But these are just the tags I have. H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. What is the difference in Bolon? What is the difference? Okay, so the largest heading tag is the H1, while the smallest is the H6. Alright? So that is probably you use H heading tag here. But you can also use your styling to make your tags bolder, but that's by the way. Alright, so H1 is the largest heading tag, H6 is the smallest heading tag. That's for heading tags. The next tag we have is for your normal content. Maybe you want to write this, like the content is your paragraph tag and represents P. Okay, so this is a P tag, and let's write something here. HTML means hypertext. It's hypertext markup language. Yeah. All right. So let's see. I can see it. Like your normal says. Hypertext markup language. All right. That's for content. You want to write content, just like this. This paragraph here, paragraph. All right. These are paragraphs. So and so like that. The next one we have is the is the anchor tag. So anchor tags are called the link tag. If you want to write links, you are logged out. Okay. Why? You're going to record. No, I'm recording. You will get the recording. So anchor tags are link tags. They are used to link your pages together. You can see when I click on this, it takes me to the program. If I should click on the other one, you can see what is in there is the anchor tag. They are used for links. They connect these inner pages together, or probably connect external links too. Maybe if you click on it, it takes you outside of this. You also use anchor tag for that. Maybe you click here, maybe this man's profile. There's this man's profile. Oh, let's go back to the about. Okay, our coach. Maybe he has a LinkedIn account. We have a LinkedIn account. Yeah, so maybe when his LinkedIn account is there, he's not on this page now. So you can post, connect with him LinkedIn, and you click or this Facebook now. When you click on it, it takes you outside. So you either connect, anchor tag connect either the inner pages of this, like your about us, your what other page? Service page, connect them together. These are inner pages. Okay, they are inside this project. But this Facebook now is outside, not on this page now. It's not on this project. So it connects also with external link. So that's anchor tag in action in effect. Alright, so how do you use the anchor tag? So it's the A tag, then it comes with, okay, let's put like a content. Then after you open it like this, you can put a content there. But if you run this, you can't see it because there's no content there. Let's say you can see there's nothing there. Let's put a content there. So let's put click here to my LinkedIn. All right. So click here to my LinkedIn. So this anchor tag comes with an attribute called the href. So is that href, and when you put the href will be in the first tag. Okay, after your a, this is your first a there, just click on space, give it space, and put your href. So the href is equal to okay. You can see this quotes can either be double quotes or it can be a single quote. So this is where you put the link. All right, you can see it without the href, this will not come out. And you can see it's showing this and it's showing that it's clickable. So let's go and fetch, or let's put this same website. Or click here to visit the click here to visit visit the academy. All right, so let's go and get the academy link. So we want it to, when the user click on our page, takes them to this academy. So let's go to the home page. So this is the home page. I'll copy everything here. So if I copy everything, it also comes with the HTTPS. So that one is very important. If you just copy this, I do spot it. On my home page, it's not take you here, it take you somewhere else. Maybe you didn't copy the proper link. So I'm going to paste it here. So you can see it came with the HTTP. So this one means that it's already registered. This name is taken. This public link is taken already, and is only recognized by this ideal spot. Nobody else can do. Yeah, this ideal sports academy, www.idealsports.academy. Yeah, nobody can see it. It can be maybe did you use .com or something? Yes. So I can't find it here. So either maybe yes, at the back end you remove the .com or something. So if it's .com, so this why is getting this? There's also a company that does deployment, okay, that help you push your project to the public address, okay. So after you have done this project, maybe it's on the public, you have to buy a domain, okay, or yeah, you buy a domain and you have to host it. So when you host it, so there are some companies that does the hosting and the domain together. So for yeah, because those ones that you have to pay for them. I'm sure you pay for this because it doesn't come with the one you're going to be using. So the so some companies does both the hosting, so they help you to host your site online, and also they give you a name. Okay, they suggest name to you, .com, .ng, .uk, all those things. So they do the both. But for we also have another for we are using here, we have the one that comes with. So if you do the one that we are using here, it comes with its own name. That's Next or GitHub or Vercel. Okay, so we will deploy our own project to either of this, but we're going to take the name there. Or if you want to make it like people need to access it, but like in case you're applying for internship, you don't have to pay for this. Just gonna host your project, your profile project. Okay, that has all the projects you've done because you want to apply for internship, and just gonna host it and they won't mind because you pay for it for free. But if you now pay for it and to remove the name, to make it yours, you have to pay for it. So that name that you've taken now, nobody else can take it. You already chosen it. The person can now select another name that is maybe closely related to it or something. Alright? You understand? So let's click on it. So these are our sites. So you can see it's already blue. And that's like the default. See, if I hover on it, you can see down here, down on this page, you can see it's showing me this same link I attached to it. Are you connected?
Yes.
Okay, it's not showing. Do you see what I'm over now? Okay. You can see it's down there. So when I click on it, it says the site on my browser. But I don't want to do like this. I have to now go back. I want it to, when I click on link, it just loads on another tab. Maybe load on the next tab. Let's cancel this. When I click on it, instead of loading on this my page here and taking my own page out, it should load on another tab while keeping this my page out. So we have an attribute to do that. So we call it the powers. What is that? What was it called? Yeah? Do what? We call it the target. So you can see I've clicked on space. Okay. Eh? Ah. Target on the cover. For the first time. When I was even taking it, and you forgot it and you used it too. So we have the target, what you even use on your project, and we have underscore blank. Alright. So underscore blank opens it in the next tab. Just to be sure, I'm going to refresh my page. Then you can see when I click on it, you can see open on the next tab while my own tab still remains. You understand? So if you check some sites when you're browsing and when you click on it, you can see if you're using your Chrome, just open that tab for you. While your own tab, your tab is what you're doing, not looking at that page. So that was alright. So this is an external link. Okay, this is for external link. I got the link outside my project and I put it inside here. What if I have like 2 pages? Okay, let's create another page. Now I want to do for internal link for inner pages. Maybe I have the contact us page just like we have on that project. Okay, now I can create a, let's say, contact us. Let's say contact us dot the extension HTML. Alright, so you can see contact us. There's no space between contact and us. Alright, there's no space between contact and us. So let's do the same page. Let's create a page. We create a page for contact, but we have to write the structure all over. But because of time, I can just do the shortcut. So I'll just do my function like this because of time. So I like to. No, I didn't highlight it. I just did the shortcut. No, I don't want to teach you the shortcut. My very easy. So I can do contact, change the title contact us. Then let's arrange this properly. So I'm going to highlight this my tab, bring it inside, just like we have. So you can see the head tag also takes some metal. So this metal I use for optimization. Okay, we won't use it now, but you can see our code still run without this. Alright, so let's do, when we click on, let's click another anchor tag here. And we can click here to go to the contact us page. So I'm doing my anchor tag. Alright, and I'll click here to go to the contact us page. Alright, then I have to put my href. Alright, so this href now, we have the contact us page name. That's the contact us.html. That's what I'm going to put here. So I'll do contact us. Can see it there, just click on it. Alright, so I can put on my body here. Let's use an heading tag. Let's do h1 tag here. H1, and I can put this is contact us page. Welcome to contact us page. Alright. Bolo, are you here?
Yes.
Alright. So, but you can see I want to push this thing down. You can see that on the same line. So, the difference between these tags and this anchor tag. You can see all my heading tag now. Even when I did it on different lines, okay, they were on each other. But this my anchor tag. I can see that on different lines, but they still stay close to each other, like on the same line. So that one we have 2 types of tags. Apart from the self-closing tag and open and closing tag, we also have the inline. So this one is different. Inline tags. These 2 are inline tags. Anchor tags are inline tags, and we also have block tags. So what's the difference between a block tag and an inline tag? Block tag are those tags that occupies the full width. So let's inspect this again and see. So if I want to inspect on this my project, I'm going to click on this close to this responsiveness tab, which we're not looking at now. So click on this, then you can see my H1. You can see it occupies the full width. It doesn't even allow any tag to stay at the side. It pushes it down, so you can see. So these are block tags. Heading tags are block tags. You can see even my paragraph tag are block tags. You can see. But you can see anchor tag just occupies the content alone, so it allows the other tag to come to the other side. Okay, so I want to push this to the next line. I'm going to use another tag called what? Powers. Yes, I'm going to use the break tag. So I want the other anchor tag to be at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to use a break tag. Where is the break? I can put a break tag after. I want this one to be on the next line, so I can put the break tag after this first one or before this.
Is it before or after the?
And now I'm saying it can be after the first one or before. Anyone, it has to be before this. Or you can create another line. Just put it anywhere, but it has to be before or after the first one. Alright? So let's see it. So you can see it's on the other line. It's not at the bottom. Have we connected our? Yes, so we've connected our contact us page. So let's click on it. So I'm going to click on it, take us to contact us page. Am I logged out? No, click on connect automatically. Or should I open the door? Yeah, come on, open the door. I'm not going to be discussing. Okay. Then come to alright. Fingers are in now. Alright, so this is the contact us page. Can you see my screen? So, but this one now, let's open it. Let's use the target to open it to the next page, next tab. So I can put my target, then underscore blank. Underscore blank. Alright. But now I want to go back. You can see it loaded on my page, so I want to redo that. So let's click on it. I didn't refresh. Let's go back. So let's refresh. Where did I put it? Alright. So it opens there. But now I want to go back to the home page. So you can also add it to my contact us. Using that kind of thing, now when you want to log in, if you don't have an account, log in, they'll put a link, then you click on it, it takes you that page. But if I can click on it, go back to the other page. So that's what they did there. So on my contact us page, I can put the index, the link, the anchor tag for the index. So I'll put my anchor tag here, and I'll say go back to the main page. Then I'll put the link there, href. So href. Then what's the name of the home page? Index.html. So index. So this is how you connect inner page, exactly, two pages together. So I can click here, take me back to the main page. You can see there's also like an interaction. Alright, so that's for our tag. The next tag we have is the image tag. So let's go back to the main page. So how do you write your image tag? So I'm going to open my brackets img. So you can see this image tag, the self-closing tag. I don't need to do my /. This you want to record. I can not put my, I think it didn't come with a /. It's just like this. So this is called a self-closing tag, just like this doc type. Alright. This image tag also comes with, because image tag I used to add images. I used to add images to your web page. You can see a lot of what we're doing is text, and let's add images. How you will still stop right now? Oh, that was a long time. Alright, so let's add image. So there are two ways. So this image tag comes with its own attribute called source. So it's represented with the src. Just like your anchor tag comes with an attribute called href. Alright? This one comes with source. Hope you can hear me. Okay. So let's do the same thing. If I want to get my image online, maybe I'm seeing this image I like online, I'm going to just attach it. I want it to be on my site. So let's go and look for image, or let's get images from here. This is a background image, so you can't get the image from this. Let's go to this image. Let's see if I can get. So I want to get this image to my. Hopefully it didn't lock it from the side. So I'm going to click on copy image address. Okay, I want to just get the link of this image. I want this image to be on my site. I can do copy image address. So it has been copied. So I'm going to go to my code and paste it here. So this is the link of that page, of that image. So let's check our project and see if it's there. So you can see we have the image on our page. The image is so big. Let me use this side. Yes, the home page. I'll just reduce it a bit. So if I should reduce it, I'm going to CSS, but let me just reduce it. I'll just do with let's say 300. Okay. So and you can see the image tag. So you can see in the same line. So image tag is a what? Bolu. Is it a block tag or inline tag? Okay, yes. So it's block image tag is this one inline, but I want to break it to the next line. I'll put a break tag BR so that I can be on the next line. Alright. So we're able to copy this image address to our own page. But what if your brother now go and take down this picture? Maybe you want to change it, update the site. That means our own site too will not have that image again. So the best
when you copy the image link from, let's say not from this website, you copy the image link, you first take it down.
You will not be on your site again because the address of that page is not. Okay, so the best thing we can do is to download that image. So you right click, save image as. So we have like image formats. We have the JPEG, PNG, and the JPG. So this one is what? PNG. So I'm going to save. Then we have it on our download. So anytime you download it, obviously you go to the download, right? So go to our download. Alright. I can see this PNG 1.66 is epic. 1.68 MB. So this image will have to be in that my folder. Okay. I'm going to cut it from here. Text. Then go to my HTML, then paste it there. You can see we also have index and contact us here. You can obviously open your page from here. Let's see. But you can see it's coming with this telling us the part of where the image, the folder is. So that's why we are using live server. You can see server just give us the name of the file, index.html, and the port on which it's running. But if we go down that way, you can see it's telling us everything, giving us everything. So that was by using live. Alright, so we have the image already. Where is this? Have I copied it? I've pasted it already. Let's move this. Why is this thing anchoring? Alright, so we have our image here. It's called about us. So sometimes you might see some image online. It comes with one long name like that. Make sure you rename. So let's rename this. and give it our own. So rename, and let's just call it image. All right. So let's come here, and you see that your image is already here. You can see our image. Let's copy it. You can see the image. All right. So let's go further. Yeah, go on further. All right. So let's do the second method. So my bracket ing. Then inside is space sroc is the source. What's the name of my image plus the extension .png. All right, so let's see our page. So you can see we have it. So we have done like two methods. So let's reduce the size. Let's do the same thing. So width 300. All right, so we've done heading tags, paragraph tags, anchor tags. What else? Image tag. So give us another tag. What other tag do we have? Remind me. Okay, so we have what we call the listing tag. Okay, the listing tag is to lists. Okay, so we have two types of listing tag. We have the ordered lists and the unordered lists. So ordered list is when your listing comes with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give it a number. So let's see the first one. So the ordered list is represented with OL, letter O and L. Then I close it. All right. So see the OL comes with its own /. So inside it is what we use. What does the listing for us is the li. So li was this mine is giving me SP. So li's are the one that does the listing. So let's say rise. Okay, let's list. You can say HTML. Then I can duplicate this. Let's use CSS, and the other one JavaScript. So this OL is the one that determines is it to come with number or not. But this li is the one that does the listing. So let's see that. So you can see it here. What is this one? Alright, you can see what? Huh? Yes, so OL comes with number 1, 2, 3, like that. While the other one comes with bullets, that's the unordered list. I'm going to just duplicate this and just change the O to U. So, alright, so let's change this to U. U. You can see they are block tags, they start connected. So ordered list, unordered list. Alright, we also have another tag called the select tag. Okay, to select like a drop down. Alright, so let me put it here. Sorry. Let's put it here. So select tag is to select a drop down. Probably you see mostly this is used in forms too. Maybe we'll switch that to form. What other tags do we have? Yeah, that one is not the form. Apart from that, what else? So the next one is the infuse tag. So this infuse, now we button. So we have the input tag. So this input tag can use to collect the user details. Okay, when you go online, you go to your and they ask for your name, that's an input. Maybe they ask maybe your email, that's an input. Maybe they ask to put your address, that's an input. Maybe they you select your page, maybe you go to your office, select your office, that's an input. You are collecting your upload your photo, that's an input. Put your select a date, that's an input. Get so input has so many types. So how do you write your input? Open your bracket, input. All right. So let's create an input that takes the full name. Let's say first name, last name, email, and password. All right. So input comes with what we call types. You can see this anchor tag comes with a type called href. Small. Yeah, no, that's like this. You see, not select and no, I explained that if the user don't know that this form is first name or last name, so we have the inputs, and this input comes with a type. I'm not sure call type, just like we have image as source, anchor tag as href. So we have the type, and you can see, oh, it took it back. Yeah, so we have so many types. All right, we have the button type. We are doing okay. Button types. We have the checkbox. So checkbox is when you click on different hobbies. You have to click on so many options. We have the color. We have the date. And pick a date on online. Date time. Email strictly for email. So this one we are working on a form because some user might be fun. They will say email. They will not put gmail.com. So this one might flag it when you write a JS code. Like this is email. You have file, you want to a document, picture or something. You have hidden image, month. We have password. We have radio. So radio is different from checkbox. So checkbox you can click on different options and represent with the one tiny square box. But radio is the second one that you just have to click one. And these are also under that video, you're supposed to put another attribute there. You have to check the video. So it allows you to pick only one option. Okay, so we have the password, we have the radio, we have set, we have submit, we have tell for phone numbers. Okay, we have text. So what all this one? Text, first name, last name, anything text, characters is for text. Alright. So we are creating a form that's to take user first name, last name, email, and password. So I'm going to put the first one in the text. So that's for the first name. Alright, so let's see our browser. We can see this box there. First name. It's because I asked you Bolo, that's why you told me Bolo Ball. It's not showing us anything here. So we have to call the placeholder. Okay, this also tells the user, okay, this is for something, this is for this is where you need to put just a directive for the user. So under this my input space, and see this that is coming up, placeholder, let's put first name. All right. All right, so you can see first name there. The user can now put their first name. But you know some users, they might be funny. They'll see first name is the grandma or the grandpas. They might not see Boluwatife there or be first name. So we have what we call the label. So this label serves as a title. You can try to use any tag and put label and put first name here before the tag. But to make your work professional, like you know what you are doing, always use the label tag. So input tag, I want to a label that says, okay, this form is strictly for first name. Okay, so you can see now put my first, put the title there. It's for first name. I'm not gonna put something else there. Alright. So the label, you can see label, just put in the title first name, while my include still remain. So you can see first name, first name. So let's do the same thing for last name, include last name, email and password. So I'm going to duplicate this, change this to last name, and change this placeholder also to last name. Alright, let's see that. Alright, so I want to break this to the next line. You can see this before this label. I want to break this one to the next. I can put a break tag before the last name label. This is okay. I'll just cancel this. Alright, so I want to break it the next one. I'll put a BR there. So it breaks to the next line. Alright, so we have first name, last name. Let's do for email. Email and password. So change this to email, the title, the type is not going to be text again, it's going to be email, the placeholder is going to be email. Huh? What is female? Okay, this email is for the title. This input is taking a type of email, not text again. Label is the title. What is telling the user? Okay, this that bold section. The input here for email here, and this is the placeholder email too. Around this, let's put our break tag. And the last one, let's put our password. Alright, then password. So the type changes to password too, because we have password there, and this is a placeholder inside the box. So password too. Alright, let's check what we have. Yeah, so we have, let's put this email. Where's the email? Put a break tag here. Alright, so we have first name, Boluwa Ife. Last name, Ezekiel. Email, let's see, bolu@gmail.com. Then give your password, test 1, 2, 3. So this one doesn't have a button. Let's put a button there. We have added a button. So that is button tag. This you still need API for that. So just giving you a button, now a button tag. So let's put submit there. Alright. So let's do it again. This will not go, just practice. So let's go, no, let's just make it fine. submit. So this is how the structure looks like. Alright, so this is what we call the text area. Maybe I can just do it here. Okay, so maybe they ask for your address. Okay, let's put address here. Right, you can still put a label. So we can put address, that's the label. And now we call the text area. So this text area is for large content. Maybe you want to write something that is no more than your first and last name or anything. Maybe that's to write, you're writing large content there. So address, let's put a break tag here. Password and submit. Okay. Powers, are you here? You and are you here also? The next one, okay, let's put a server which one? And that's comment. Yeah, we'll look at that. So let's look at another tag called the select. Okay, select age, right? So let's squeeze it before address, right? So I can put let's do it up here so you can understand. So let's put a title label and say age. Alright, so when we call the drop down, so we have the select. So this select starts at the container, but what does the drop down is the option. Alright, so it has given, let me just put it. Alright, so let me put this back, cut it, Ctrl X, then put it before this. So let's paste it here and put our break. The next one, what is break already? Because this is the look at it too. Alright, so let's see what we have. You can see our forms are coming out. We have first name, last name, age. Below 18, you can see you can select whichever one your age fall into. Okay, so in summary, so we have checkbox, radio. You see me assignment. That's for so for this now, we can put everything, all this we have here inside what we call form tag. So when you are moving into JavaScript and you are dealing with API, you can see that the form tag is very important. So you can start with now. So I'm going to cut all of that. So I'm going to highlight it again. So cut Ctrl X. Alright. For form tags for form. And I'm going to paste everything inside. Alright, so you can see they are on the same line here. So I'm going to arrange it. So highlight. This is maybe I want to this one. Or you can just preferably highlight this. Is making the screen. Right, so I'll just go to the font domain tab. Let's see if it works now. Yeah. Then tab, and everything goes inside. So you can see this perfectly arranged. Okay, so this is like the major structures the tags you'll be using. One other tag, but this edit tag, image tag, paragraph tag, very, very important. But now, do you have any questions? Okay. We can also have a question. You can always, I can ask your question. Okay. All right. So this is like but we have what we call the comments. Okay. So comments are this we are done with this. I'm moving to something else. So comments are non-executable code. Non-executable code. Okay. So you can see this code I wrote here, they are being executed on the browser. Okay. So when you now comment a code, that code will not run on your browser. So that's first meaning. And the other one is comments I used to explain to my fellow developers what you are trying to say. Alright. So a comment is also used to explain to you, the developer, that because user won't see your code now. You're not showing user your code, you're only showing them the results. So it's to explain to my own developer like, okay, this is what my code is saying. So how do you write comments? So HTML, how do you write comments? Okay, let's write a comment here. Let me write a comment here saying that okay, this is form. This is a form. Use to collect details. This is a form used to collect user. This is supposed to be a text to explain to user, but it's not commented. So how do I comment? So we have different way of commenting. We have a different way of commenting on HTML. We have a different way of commenting on CSS. We have a different way of commenting on JavaScript. Right? Even your programming language, you also comment there. So it's not that it's only for HTML and this web. So for your HTML, you comment, you open your bracket. Okay, you do it at the front of it. This text or your code. Your bracket, your exclamation, a 2-. Okay, you can see it came with its close. I'm going to close this. 2-, and at the end of that line of code, do your 2- again, then the brackets. So open your what do you call it? Less than, your less than bracket, exclamation, 2-. And at the end of that word or that code you want to comment, you do another 2-. And exactly. This is to explain to developers. This is a text now. I want to like explain to you that this form you are seeing here is a comment. So I want to comment the code without running. Right? Yeah, no, I'm going plus care, not plus control forward slash. Look at that. So if I want to comment, so I said a comment is used to explain to the developer. So this is my comment now. I say this form is used to collect user data. This code will not show on my browser. You can see it's not showing here.
So what is the essence of doing this?
I'm showing you that it's to explain to my fellow developer. So this, don't look at coding like we have. You people are just started. That's why we have some companies that employ 4 developers working on a project. And they all push to one environment. And they're working in different locations. Maybe it's even remote because this one working here, this one working here, but they all gather together and push their code somewhere. So as this one is working on his own part, he pushes it there. That's the GitHub. He also going to put it in the GitHub. It's like a code tracker. This one works his own part, pushes it, but they still have a whole place. So when that one gets, so everybody will make sure they have the updated version completed project. He has this one, this one, this one. When he checks his colleague one, he will see some comment like, okay, this is expensive, this one is to do this, is this to explain to him that okay, this is what I did here, or this is what I did. That's like to explain. It can also be in form of comment. Maybe that your code that you wrote is not working, but you don't want to delete it from your code. Okay, you comment it not to run, but it's going to just sit on your code.
How will you do that?
So you see the same way you comment. So I don't want this to show, but it's on my code. Okay, so I can still do the same thing. So let's comment. Let's comment this select. Okay, let's comment first name. So I'll do the same thing. Open my bracket, exclamation, dot dot. Then the last one I'll put it at the end. Because everything is already green, so that's comment. So this is, let's check our browser and see first name. So you can see first name over there. Yes, can you see it? Where's the first name? The title. That's what I commented now. That was the search comments, right? I see label first name is not there. Yeah, that's Alright, so if I want to comment everything, I want to comment everything. I'm going to put this to disappear. Alright, so next I'm going to highlight everything. Then I'll press my Ctrl//. So it's comment everything. When we have a block of code, you want to just comment. Alright. It's not executable, you want to execute on the browser. And maybe it was working before, you've not encountered it. If it's you've not seen something like that. Maybe it was working before. It's not executable. You can just sit on your code there, but it's maybe you might still need it somewhere else and you want to delete it. No. It's not for alpha. Okay, maybe you have it for before. Let's check this. No more showing, but it's still sitting in your code. But you just commented it out. Let's look at this is one project I'm working on. You obviously see maybe there's even an update. Maybe you don't want to delete that code. You can see this is a comment. This is explained to. You can see another comment. This is a comment on JavaScript, yeah. But this is a VJS. You can see this is a comment. So there are times that you might even comment all your code. Maybe it was working before, some others they just that it's no more working, but you want to find out why. So comments are very, very important. As you are commenting like this, you also need to be commenting. I also check that. So this one too now, I can put a comment here. I can put this is a title to my project. I comment there. So comments are very critical as a developer. Okay, you're not the only one that is going to like see your code probably at the end or something. So it's very important for you to comment. So the shortcut is to do your Ctrl// to comment and to uncomment. Okay, so Ctrl// you uncomment, Ctrl// to comment. So that's like the fastest way to do that. So let's uncomment. All right. Yeah, that was for the next one. I don't want to rush this guy. We did that for like 4 classes now. For how many classes? We didn't rush it now. You want to rush it for him. So I want us to okay, yeah. So maybe next time look at the MacU stuff, then we'll go to CSS. I want us to be together. But what on this other something? Any question? So let's look at your assignments. I'm going to stop sharing first, so I'm not going to see forward score. Let me check. Let me go to my classroom first. Okay, so no, I want to show you the assignments now. You have done the assignment. I'm talking about Bolu. For you, I'll give you something else to do. So let me reshare my screen. Yeah, I want to reshare my screen. So we have two resources we use here. Okay, the first one is the W3 School. Alright, so that's the first thing I posted here. That's on Slack. W3 School HTML. I also use W3 School and I still use W3 School. But it's also well explanatory. So this is W3 School. You can read and also expand your knowledge on what you
Huh? You did the assignment.
And this is your first assignment. Yes. Okay. You know about the British school? You know about the British school? Okay. So it's well explanatory, like it didn't break it down for you to understand. And also you can also practice. You can practice them. You don't want to create too many folders to be practicing. You can just come here to practice.
Let me just ask, everything we are creating is going to the HTML folder?
Yes, for this particular assignment. So for every assignment you create a folder. You understand? You move to CSS, you create a folder. You create a folder for each assignment. When you go to CSS, CSS can take like 2 or 3 months. Okay. But HTML might take like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No, there are things you need to know in CSS. Apart from the styling, when I talk about layout, you need to understand it. Another layout, you have like 5 layout methods. You get, and if you understand those layouts, you can build any site you see online. So that will take time. I also try as much as possible to take my time with it. Were you there in the presentation? You can see that. Yeah. So it's very important you know how to use it there. So for your HTML, you can see you can also practice here. Try it yourself. You're already packing your stuffs? Okay. So you can see, let's change this to let's say H1 or so. More like H1 to H1. And you can run it and say change this to H1. So you can practice this. So let's say our assignment. So that's the first resources, and the other resources is the screen bar. So this one, our assignment today is here. So let's go to the first assignment. So we have classwork. So what's the assignment one saying? Yeah. This is your first assignment. Let's click on it. So you already set it up. So just go and submit your work there. So for this particular assignment here, you create a folder for it. And this assignment can be found in this screen bar. Okay, so you click on this link and check it out. But that's like the main assignment, the other first one we looked at. So this screen bar, you have to sign in. When you first click on it, it will tell you to sign in here. So this is the title, Learn HTML and CSS, and this is the first one you'll be working on. So under Build and Deploy your first website, you click on this drop down. So you have to watch this video. This is what I also talked about, but you can also watch it. Okay, you will watch it. It's important you watch this so you can also pick some other things that I didn't talk about. Alright? Then this is where the assignment came from. Build a personal website.
Nice one.
Before Wednesday. I think tomorrow you should have submitted 2 of them. Then on Wednesday we'll continue our class. You submit on the classroom. Show you how to. For us, I'll be submitting the assignment. So, this is where they got that screenshot I showed you. So, but you have to watch those videos first, down to build a personal website. So, click here. Click here. Why is it playing like this?
So that you have your very own.
So this is what we got. This was what I screenshotted. Okay. So we have the image tag, the heading tag, H1, H2. This is the listing tag. Another list, you can say the bullet. This is the paragraph tag. So everything here is a paragraph. Then they now enclose this LinkedIn here with an anchor tag. You understand? Then we have the input tag with a type of email and a placeholder with enter email dash dash dot dot dot. Then this is the button. So don't mind that this button is black because they've added CSS to it. So just do your normal button that looks like that. So that's that. So you have 2 assignments. Okay, 1 assignment. You get to watch the video to that point where you see build personal website. Then do this assignment.
The first one.
This is the first one. The you can just wait, you go get there.
Own completely unique website.
Okay, this assignment.
So go ahead and do this right now, and then I will see you when you return back to me.
Let's see that HTML home tag. So this HTML home tag to HTML comment tab. So you read it and you know how to use your so what when you read it, you look at, you tell me what new thing do you learn there. Then you go to and create your notepad, okay, like a text, yes, and put what you like a text. So document.
Okay, hopefully that went well. Let's now do this.
First. So for this first one, I forgot to mention, when you are done with it, this first one here, okay, you will snipe your code. Now I want to learn how to submit. I'll come and show you. You will snipe. You know how to snipe. So every laptop comes with this sniping too. So snipe. So you will snipe by screenshots.
We need the image tag, img. The source is the peer.jpg, which I've already added. Yes, there we go. You can see it is rendering properly. Next up, there is an h1. My name is Peer, like that. Very good. Moving on, we have the h2. Fun facts about me, like that. And then there's the unordered list and the list items. So I'll do UL, close that UL because the list items need to be inside of the UL. And the first one is 36 years old. I'm going to copy this one like that. And I live in Norway and I sing in a choir.
Assignment 1 or something.
And there we go, looking pretty good. Next up, there is the paragraph with the inline anchor tag. Here's the paragraph. Connect with me on LinkedIn, like that. Oops, it should say me on LinkedIn here. And then we are to wrap LinkedIn here into an href, like that. And then I'm going to paste in the in from.
Then I'll come and show you how to submit from there. So that's for assignment 1 and 2. I think we should. Where is it? Okay. So that's for assignment 1. And assignment 2, create your notepad and snipe and something.
Notepad, you say I should write what I've learned.
Yeah, what you've learned.
What is not sniping? I should put
Yeah. Let's see classwork 1. Okay. This one will be your next assignment. So I'll give this guy another work to do, but I won't post it.
And if you actually want to connect with me on LinkedIn, feel free to click on this link as soon as I've added the target equals underscore blank, so that it opens up a new tab. Okay, finally we need to add the input and the button. Input, type text like